Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly. I'm the franchise, and with me, I got my tag team partner and co-host, King Tuco. Bro, how you doing?
Man, you know I'm good, man. What's good with you, bro? I see we got ourselves a special guest in the building today.
Absolutely, and she is an Impact Wrestling superstar and knockout, the quintessential diva, Gisele Shaw. Gisele, how are you?
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for having me. How are you guys?
Doing great, doing great.
I'm good. I'm good.
Fantastic.
Thank you for taking the time to join us. And before we get started with some questions, a couple of housekeeping notes. We got Final Resolution coming up Saturday, December 9th. We got Hard to Kill going back to the TNA moniker Saturday, January 13th. We'll talk a lot more about that later, but right now it's about to start the show. Gisele, how's your week been going?
You know, it's been fantastic. I had a great workout this morning, got my workouts out of the way, and then, got my ready, and here I am talking to you guys. It's fantastic. How about you?
Good, good. Speaking of workouts, how was your holiday?
My holiday. Oh, like the Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Oh my God, yeah. I was like, a holiday? What a holiday?
No,
You know what?
Thanksgiving.
No, it was great. We have like a different Thanksgiving, right? Because I'm Canadian. So our Thanksgiving was already like in October, but American Thanksgiving was last week. And I didn't have any turkey. I didn't celebrate it. But I cheered everybody on who, had Thanksgiving last week. How about you guys? How was the Thanksgiving?
Awesome. It was great. Everybody ate good. Everybody had a great time, and it was over fast. So that was perfect for me.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right, well, let's dive right into it. Speaking of being Canadian, born in the Philippines, grew up in Canada, major name over in the UK, and now you're here in Impact Wrestling, right?
Thank you.
And when I was doing my research on you, I was watching a documentary, and you were saying like wrestling for you, right? It really was something that you looked at that allowed you to be authentically you. And for somebody that's so world travel, for people who don't know where to start, whether it's professional wrestling or anywhere, and don't know how to achieve their dreams or where to go to do it, what is your inspiration and what is your advice for those people that's trying to make it out here?
So it's really weird because like wrestling, I never really thought that I would actually become a wrestler. I thought that wrestling in Hollywood is, I feel like you need to, there's a scout out there in the mall, and then they're walking, and then they see you, and then they go, oh, you know what, you look like you could be in Hollywood or wrestling or something. So I never really thought that, like I didn't know that you could go to school for it and train. And like I thought I was just going to become a doctor or something. But if the universe already has its plan for you, then that's kind of like it steers you in the right direction. But I feel like everybody, like not a lot of people chase their dreams these days, because I feel like society now is like, this is what you're given, like take the ball and run with it. So it would be nice if a lot of people chase their dreams more, because like why wouldn't you? You only get to live once, and I feel like you need to make the most of it.
Absolutely, King.
For you to have the love for you that you do for wrestling, who are some of the people that kind of inspired you, like that when you saw them you're like, man, this is wow, I'm inspired by what they're doing, or just something that you might have saw, if it's not just one particular person?
Yes. Well, so when I was younger, because I'm still young,
Definitely.
so I love the Ultimate Warrior and Jake the Snake, like growing up. And my parents always would be like, "Oh yeah, like do Ultimate Warrior," and I'm like, like pretending, you know what I mean? Like shaking the ropes. And in my teens, I was really inspired, by the Knockouts and the Divas. So there's Trish Stratus, Lita, Gail Kim, Mickey James, Victoria. All these like amazing women who were just beautiful. They're confident, and they just like kicked butt, and they really showed that you can just be more than a pretty face. And it was just amazing. And obviously, I loved, The Undertaker, Stone Cold, Triple H, The Rock. Like the list goes on. I love wrestling.
That's awesome.
Speaking of wrestling, Impact Wrestling, we had Scott D'Amore about a month and a half or so ago announced that we're going to go back to TNA. A lot of OG Impact fans, we've always kind of still referred to it as TNA despite the name change. But for you guys, especially you, when you heard about it, for the first time, maybe before we heard it as fans, What was the initial thought? Like, oh my God, we're going back to like something that was so synonymous with like great professional wrestling. It still is.
Yeah. So, like, first and foremost, for me, it's really amazing that I get to call myself, an Impact Knockout, and
Yes.
then to now be able to call myself starting January as a
Yes.
TNA Knockout. They've like the Knockouts are revolutionary. They break broken barriers, and they've they've always had the platform
Hmm.
that wasn't given with other companies, and I think that's just so amazing. So being a knockout is such a privilege, and also secondly, the fact that I get to be the first Impact Knockout trans woman, and the first trans woman TNA knockout. I think like
Yeah.
it's just so amazing that these women before that came before me helped pave the way for me, and hopefully now I can do that for the next generation, whoever is going through the exact same thing that I did and saw me on TV, and then they go, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Who right now in the knockout division, outside of some of the people that you've already fought, who are some of the new and upcoming folks that you are looking at? You're like, I want to get in the ring with them because they bring that thing that defines what the knockouts define.
You know what, I really feel like KILYNN King.
Hmm.
She and I wrestled once, and I feel like we haven't wrestled since she got onboarded at Impact Wrestling, and I really feel like that could be magic there. I wrestled her like the one time that I wrestled her, it was just fantastic. I really loved it, enjoyed it,
Right.
and I really feel like she's the one to be, the one to watch for 2024, other than myself. Hello.
Speaking of, people that's being onboarded within the last year, we had Trinity, current Impact Knockout champion, coming to the company. What was it like to have her? She had so much hype during her free agency. People
Mhm.
thought she may come back, she may not, and then the rumors started, bubbling, and now here we are. She's putting on great matches. Of course, we had Sunny Kiss just wrestled there not too long ago as well. So, what is it when you look at this current Impact Knockouts division, and you look at the title reigns of Jordynne Grace, Deonna Purrazzo, three-time champion, yourself, you're in the running. So, when you look at this division right now, what is one match or one opponent that if we had a lapsed TNA fan and you had to get them to choose to watch a specific match, whether knockouts or males, which one would you choose?
uh, you know what, like I would have said Deanna and Jordan. They always have bangers after bangers after
Yeah.
bangers, but I really feel like maybe the Jordynne Grace versus Trinity coming up in Hard to Kill. I think that
Yeah.
is just one to watch. It's
Yeah.
going to be explosive. Jordynne Grace is such a powerhouse, and I mean, I've been in the ring with Jordan, and she's no easy feat for
Yeah.
sure.
No.
Trinity, I've been in the ring with her as well, and she's like the fast wrestler, very creative,
Uh-huh.
and I think that you know Jordynne Grace versus Trinity is just. I feel like that might steal the show.
Okay. Okay. King.
When you win, the knockouts championship, what is the
Oh,
statement that you're going to make? What is the statement behind you winning, just beside you winning it and just being dominant? Like, what is that statement that you truly want to make to the world?
so for me, I think it's important that when I do, if I win the
You
knockouts,
know,
well, it wouldn't
we,
be the
we like
knockouts.
we like to put it out in
Well,
the air. We like to put it out in the atmosphere. We like to
yeah,
put it out there.
we're manifesting. We're
You're
really good
right.
at manifesting.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when I win the TNA Knockouts Championship, World Championship, I think that the statement that I want to, people that really focus on is the fact that I would be, or I will be, the first trans woman to win that title. And, for me, I think with me telling my story to to the public, and hopefully inspiring people and empowering people that, hopefully that they're inspired by it, that they can do what they want to do and they can follow their dreams, and, you know, um, just hopefully pave the road for the next generation.
Speaking of, because I know you say you will be the first trans TNA knockout champion, and I want to give you this platform now to really expound upon Impact Wrestling and the platform they've given you, because I feel like they've really taken the ball and run with it, and they've allowed you to really go out and kind of, I guess, quote unquote, be the spokesperson and really just go out and drive, no pun intended, your flag in the ground. So talk to us about what those conversations was like behind the scenes, especially with Scott Demora, and then them really getting behind you and not just making it a gimmick, but really just 100% getting behind
Yeah.
you and the movement altogether and really trying to inspire the people.
I think that it's really just helped me so much, um, being comfortable out there and actually telling my story, because I never really
Yeah.
had the intention to do it. I
Hmm.
feel like I've always just been like, mentality of I can perform in the ring. And if you want to judge me, you can judge me because it's either I'm a good wrestler or
Yeah.
I'm not performing. You know what I mean? So like my gender, my sexuality, whatever has got nothing to do with wrestling. But with Impact, management, they spoke to me about it. And then, when I was ready, obviously, in my own terms, and, they've really helped me and show me that there's so many people out there that don't have this platform, and I'm so blessed to have this platform and the reach that I have with Impact Wrestling, that if it's like someone has to do it.
Yeah.
And um I have that opportunity and I have that spot, and I'm just really happy um that they trust me with that. And yeah, like it's not like it's like, I don't want it to be like, oh yeah, hi, like my name's Gisele Shaw, I'm the quintessential diva, I'm the trans wrestler. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
be like that doesn't define who I am. Like that's part of who I am, and like that's not a gimmick. Like that's my life, you know? So I feel like I need to be like put my foot down, like, no, like that's not a gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, and they're very respectful with that. And they've never like they've been super respectful with it. They've never ever used it as like a story. And they're very careful with that. And I loved it.
Do you have a platform to where you can reach out to people that may be dealing with issues and trying to uh not so much transition, but be able to work within the business and be able to do what it is they love as who they are? Like, is there something that you have, to be able to talk to people, to kind of give them a little guidance and some of the things that you may have dealt with
Mhm.
and how you dealt with them to move forward?
Yes, definitely. I have had people, let's say like their students or a friend of theirs
Mhm.
that's in the business might be going through or is going through the exact same thing that I did. So
Mhm.
then they would go, hey, like, they would ring me and they go, like, I have this person and I think that you'd be the perfect person to maybe like speak to them about it because you
Yeah.
have experienced it. So, I go, yeah, most definitely. Like, I'll take the call. I'll always make time, for anyone and everyone, because um like when I was growing up, I looked up to the knockouts and the divas, but then you couldn't really like 100% relate
Yeah.
because like it's like they don't really know like what I'm going through. So it is it is kind of nice that I am in a spot where I can do that, but it's also such a huge responsibility that I
Right.
definitely don't take lightly. And I just want to help as many people as I can.
Speaking of having a huge responsibility, Impact Wrestling is home to some current legends. You got Bully Ray. You already said Mickey James. We
Yeah.
got PCO. He's still up here flipping around.
Yes.
Tommy Dreamer. Has any one of those top talent like that that's been in this business for over 20 plus years that you get a chance to work with week in, week out? Is there any one moment or conversation that anybody's had with you, just outside of everything we talked about, but that you
Mhm.
carry with you personally and professionally to this day?
You know what? Like I feel like everybody always has, like we're like a family at Impact Wrestling. We really are, and it's so nice to see like all these legends, that you work with, but
Yeah.
also like as your friendship like grow, and your work relationship as well. Like they're always just there to help you out, like no matter what. Like they're always watching the matches, and like they don't have to watch the matches, but they take time out of their day to watch and then
Yeah.
give you criticisms and like positive reinforcement or whatever, just so you can be better in wrestling. And like there's just so many. I feel like that I've been told. So yeah, but I think like the focus is we're so lucky and just fortunate to have these people just take their time and help us along the way.
All right, with the pay-per-view coming up, whose life do you plan on making some chaos to? Who is that person that right now that you're getting ready to gear up for?
You know what? I feel like I can't tell you that because obviously people are watching the quintessential diva, darling. Like if you're not watching, then you know what? You're silly. and I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for everyone. And if there's one thing about me that you should know is that I'm very unpredictable, and I could be going for one thing, and the next thing you know, it's like swerve.
I like it. I like that.
Well, Gisele, I know we got to wrap it up soon. I know you're very busy. You got a couple other ones to get to, but before we get out of here, I want to play a quick game, which is not going to take too long. It's called word association. I'm pretty sure you know how this thing goes. I give you 5 words. You say the first word or phrase that comes to mind. Sounds good?
Oh God, I hope this doesn't get me in trouble because
No.
We want no trouble. We want no trouble.
Hey, we love talking to you, so we're gonna keep it cool.
Okay, cool.
All right. First word, the UK.
I love it there.
Bully Ray.
Funny.
TNA.
Incredible.
Bling Empire.
Forever.
And last but not least, the Generation of Wrestling podcast.
The best of the best.
I like that. See that media training is working well.
I was like, I froze. Oh my god.
No, we appreciate you.
As always.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it, guys. And it was so much fun talking to you.
You too. And Gisele, before we get out of here and I'll wrap up, social medias, where or how can people find you?
So you can find me every Thursdays on Access TV in the United States, FightNet in Canada, YouTube, Impact Insider, and obviously our pay-per-view coming up on December 9th in Toronto at the Don Culliver Arena. December 9th, Final Resolution, Motor City Machine Guns versus Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. already announced. And we also have the pay-per-view in January in Las Vegas at the Palms for the first time ever. So it's going to be really fantastic. January 13th. And we also have Snake Eyes the following day in Las Vegas.
Yes. I am very excited. Again, I cannot wait to see those 3 letters TNA back up on my screen. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Generation Wrestling Podcast. I'm the franchise, he's the king, and she's the quintessential diva. Gisele, talk to you soon.
Talk to you later. Bye.